Some books talk about things you don't expect them to, and Easy Motion Tourist by Leye Adenle is one of them. Hi guys, I'm Roving. Welcome to Roving True Books, and today I will be discussing Easy Motion Tourist by Leye Adenle. Let's get into it. Oftentimes, we look at prostitution as a crime. We often found at like, what are these people even doing? We often look at them without any form of empathy. But this book showed that for so many prostitutes, they did not enter it as a matter of choice, it was a matter of necessity. And this reminded me of something. Someone told me that they went to a bus stop sometime, was it last year or over a year ago? And it was buttressing this point where the person was parked in his car and two girls approached him and said that he should just give them 1,000 naira and they will do what they have to do. And he was shocked for a moment because he was like, 1,000 naira. I think he eventually just gave it to them without having anything to do with them because it just showed that these people were very hungry and that's why they were asking for that. So it was just showing that for so many people, truly and truly, it is not because they want to do it, it's because they do not have a choice. And it's a very sad reality because there are so many women who are doing this, and it's a very, very unsafe occupation. And we see how unsafe it is, even in this book. We see how some people are, their lives are endangered. One of the reasons why I really like this book, aside from the fact that it's an eye-opening read, is that it has a strong FMC, a female character who is very strong. She's not pushed to the ground by anybody, and her name is Amaka. Amaka is one of my favorite FMCs ever, and I really like her because she was rescuing this woman. She's a hero, and in as much as in our world we try to say, oh, women should be gentle, or we try to emphasize on the victimization of women, it is beautiful to see women who decide that, okay, even though life is like this, even though life is not perfect, I'm still going to try and make life better for some other women. And she went through so many lengths to achieve that. It wasn't an easy journey for her, but she persevered. And I really like that. Like, I know some women will be like, man, I don't want anybody to call me strong woman. No, me, I'm no strong woman. Blah, blah, blah. But Amaka didn't care because the necessity of what was at hand, it demanded more than being called a strong woman. I mean, imagine someone you know dying because she was a prostitute and a man that was her client decided to use her body parts. So it's a very scary thing. And she said, okay, you know what? I'm going to try and protect this woman as much as I can. And she did. And it shows the evil of Lagos, by the way, because so many of these crimes happen because of the way Lagos is. So Lagos is a very highly populated place where people are so many. So to an extent, when people disappear, people don't really give it much thought because you are one in millions. Anyone can easily replace you. Another thing it talks about is that sometimes when people kill people and they take body parts, it's not always for rituals as the news take it to be. Most of the time it is for organ harvesting. And I remember reading that part and I was like, oh, interesting. I never thought about it from this point of view. And it made sense because organs are very expensive. And then when you take them from a dead person, it's cheap. So when you're using them, it comes cost free, but you can sell them at a much higher rate. And it's very, very crazy to see how much humans have been dehumanized to bare body parts. How, oh, you're seeing a human being, right? But some people are just labeling the parts of the person that they can sell off to gain money. It's very scary. We should not have generated to that part of the society. It's a very scary place to be. Imagine seeing a whole human being and then calculating in your head, well, if this person's kidney is good, it should go for this amount. It's wrong, very, very wrong. It's very um appalling, very repelling. Yes. Another thing this book does is it talks about an American called Guy Collins. Sorry, a British. It talks about a British called Guy Collins. So he's an investigative journalist who has been told to come to Lagos to record Lagos elections, to Nigerian elections. But he witnesses this violence and he's wrapped into it, and that's how he meets Amaka. And there's romance between him and Amaka, and eventually it spirals on to book three of this book. So this book is first in three series. There are three-part series, and it's first in it. Another thing I would say and easy emotion tourist talks about is that many people get away with many things because of the kind of money that they have. So many people are not being held accountable for the crimes they commit because of the people that they are, and it's very scary that some people are truly above the law in a country like Nigeria. As much as it pains me to say it, I didn't really enjoy this book, but I loved it. I don't know how to explain it to you guys. Like the narrative wasn't really it for me, but I loved it. It's one book that I will continue thinking about. I think it's probably because of the issue it addresses and how it addresses the issue. But it wasn't something like I see when I really like a book, I fly through it. I didn't fly through this. Like when I really enjoy a book, I fly through it. I didn't fly through this. I was interested. I liked it, but it wasn't hitting as much as I wanted it to. And I've read it twice. Lastly, the title is gotten from a song. Um, I think many people should know it. It's the emotion tourist. Da, da, da. That's pretty much the chorus, but it has other parts as well. Regarding prostitution not being a matter of choice, one of the girls mentioned that the reason why she was in this was because of healthcare. Healthcare in Nigeria is so expensive and inaccessible for people who have no means. So, what do you expect them to do when they cannot afford certain treatments that are essential? They just have to do the only thing that they think that they can do, and it's prostitution. So, we see people who go into prostitution to save the life of a loved one. You see people who go into prostitution to raise funds for their mom living with cancer or something, or even for themselves. And it's a very sad thing because some of them in this process they endanger themselves or they get exposed to more illnesses, and it's quite sad. And anyways, bye guys, see you later.